Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be previewing Tottenham Hotspur's next match in the Premier League as they take on Burnley away from home at Turf Moor. This is a previously rescheduled fixture. It was supposed to take place in, I believe, the beginning of December or end of November, but it was rescheduled and postponed because apparently Turf Moor is too old to have pitch warmers under their field, and so snow just sits there and doesn't melt. Anyways, it will be on Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022 at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time at Turf Moor. This was supposed to be in the 13th match week of the Premier League, but it is going to be rescheduled to now. And you can watch this match in the U.S. on the streaming service Peacock. Now we're going to move into recent form. For Burnley, it was a wild success as they took down Graham Potter's Brighton and Hove Albion by a scoreline of 3-0, with Wout Weghorst and Josh Brownhill both scoring their first Premier League goals all around. And then Aaron Lennon, a former Spurs player, added on late in the second half to give them a comfortable 3 points and a much needed one as they're only their second win of the season. To help lift them out of that relegation spot. They currently sit in 19th in the Premier League. For Tottenham, it was a chance of breaking their duck as they provided one of the games of the season against defending Premier League champions and top of the table Manchester City, beating them by a scoreline of 3-2 away from home at the Etihad Stadium. Kulusevski netted for Spurs early on. Gundogan made it equalized for City. Kane put us back into the lead. Mahrez got City a very late equalizer in the 92nd minute with a penalty before Harry Kane netted his final goal of the game to give Tottenham a very narrow but excellent 3-2 win over City and to break a very terrible duck of losses. We had gone 3 losses in the Premier League without a win as we lost to Chelsea, Southampton, and Wolves before we won against Manchester City.
Moving on to team news, starting with Burnley. Ashley Westwood is out with COVID-19. Taylor's out with a foot injury, but he is doubtful he could possibly feature in this game. Tarkowski's out with COVID-19. Goodmanson's out with a muscle injury, and Vidge is out. Moving on to Tottenham. Tanganga is out with the knee injury, Skip is out with the groin injury, and Reguilon is out with COVID-19. Moving on to our projected lineups. In between the sticks, in goal, we have Hugo Lloris, who recently just made 400 appearances for Spurs.
A huge number, and a deserved number by Tottenham legend, you could say. What is it, 10 years of the club?
10 years, he's 10 been years.
Here. Yeah, it could stretch to 12 if he stays until the end of his contract.
He also had a not too shabby performance against Man City. Did have not a big blunder, but a mistake for Gundogan's goal. But then he pretty much redeemed himself for a great save from one of Gundogan's long-range efforts. As
well as a couple of Cancelo's efforts. Because we all know he acts like a number 10, number 7, number 9, and number 12 at the same time.
Moving on to our 3 center backs. We have Christian Romero, Eric Dyer, and Ben Davies. The same back 3 that we played at Man City, at the Etihad, and they played superbly, especially Cuti Romero and Eric Dyer. Davies was also performed pretty well as well. And after Dyer's come back from injury, Man City was the only game he was back, and we looked so much more solid than Wolves, Southampton. Yeah. With Dyer, it's so much better. And also Cuti, who recently came back from injury 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So,
Sanchez will be benched for this game.
Yeah.
Moving on to our right wing back, we have Emerson Royale. He might be a little tired after Man City, but I really...
He did come off with a knock, I can tell you that. He took a couple knocks, so that's an unsure position.
I would say we can either put... We simply don't know here. Either Emerson or Doherty, one of them.
If Emerson's fit, I think he'll play. But Doc didn't have a bad performance against City.
Yeah.
He was actually really good. So really solid. So
Moving on to our two midfielders, the same against City. We had Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Rodrigo Bentancur. They looked great against City, especially working as a team for them together. When we tried Bentancur and Winks against Wolves, it did not work out. We clearly saw that and changed it against Man City with Højbjerg Bentancur, which I think is clearly our best midfield. I mean, we could go with, Skip is injured right now, but I would like to see, in the future, Bentancur and Skip.
also, they both ran their heart out, Højbjerg and Bentancur, on Saturday. You could see Højbjerg was just physically drained at the end of the game.
Yeah. Moving on to our left wing back. Since Sergio Reguilon is out with COVID-19, Ryan Sessegnon will be in for Sergio Reguilon, just like against Man City, who didn't have too bad of a performance against Man City.
Yeah, really, he was pretty solid, Sessegnon.
He had a couple chances where he could have done better, especially
He started the game really well.
Yeah, I think there was one point where Emerson put in a cross to the back post. A little bit of a stretch, but he could have done better there to put it in the box onto Kane's head. That could have been a real chance. But moving on to our front three, we have Son, Kane, and Lucas Moura. I don't think Kulusevski will start this game because he played every minute against Man City. I mean, so did some other players that I think we're going to start today. But he might not be used to this yet.
Yeah.
And
he really put in
we have a chance. We have a chance to give him a rest.
Mm-hmm. And he put in a proper performance for us. So I think he's deserving of a rest.
Out.
Lucas Moura, we know we can kind of trust. We know he has
especially
the ability,
against Burnley.
Especially against Burnley, he's got a little bit of a history scoring against Burnley, or at least some good performances against Burnley. And then, I think it's a perfect opportunity to give Kulu a rest. Especially after the great performance he had on Saturday and the goal and the assist on his starting 11 debut.
Kane, with the brilliant performance against City, definitely going to start. Sonny, of course, definitely going to start. Also had a great performance. 2 assists for him against Man City.
Kane's performance against Man City is probably the best solo performance I've seen.
All season. Yeah, I have to say.
He's so good. He's so good. He's just...
We were saying at the start of the season how he wasn't great. You know how he had that huge scoring duck.
Yeah, but now look at him. Look at the man. Absolutely.
Moving on to our score prediction. My prediction for this game will be 3-1 to Spurs.
3-0. I think we can keep it out. Oh, but they have Vote Weghorst, don't they?
I think Weghorst will get a goal for Burnley.
Yeah, he's in good form as well.
Scored on his debut, was it?
Yeah, and his assist.
Yeah.
And an assist.
And for us, I think Kane will get 1, Son will get 1, and let's go randomly. Well, I'll say Højbjerg will get 1.
All right, I'm going to say Kane will get 1, Son will get 1, and Lucas Moura will get 1. All of our front three will bag. I think 3-0. 3-0 I think I'll go for. I think 3-0 is a solid score. I don't think we're getting any more than that because then Burnley are just going to sit back.
Yep.
But I think we can definitely win. This is a game that we have to win.
Must-win game.
Yeah, we can't drop any more of these kinds of points anywhere.
It's really not at away. When we were away, we haven't really been dropping points too much. It's at home, mainly recently against Southampton and Wolves. Both at home, both games we should have won.
So there's an interesting situation. So let me just see this. So this is technically a makeup game for us, right? Yeah, this is a makeup game this week. So no one around us plays except for Liverpool. But Liverpool are miles ahead of us. If we win this match, we'll be level on games with Wolves and 1 game ahead of Arsenal, and we'll be on the same amount of points as Arsenal. We need Wolves to either win. We could have Wolves win, or we need Wolves and Arsenal to tie, because Wolves play Arsenal on Thursday, a day after we play Burnley. So if we win and Arsenal and Wolves tie, that's, I think, the best result. Because then Arsenal go on 43, Wolves are on 41, and we're on 42. But we have a game in hand. We have a game in hand against Wolves, compared to Wolves. We're on the same amount of games as Arsenal, and we'd be just a point behind them. I think that's best case scenario. Or you just have Wolves lose. Wolves win, against Arsenal, which is obviously what we'd hope for.
Yeah.
But we'd be fine with obviously a draw, because that wouldn't change the table up too much. West Ham are the farthest in front of us. They've got 3 games in hand against us. I think we've got a solid chance to make our comeback in, especially after some of the results we've been getting in the Premier League. The loss to Wolves, the loss to Southampton, the loss to Chelsea. This will be important to bounce back. But that's it for our preview. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoy our content. Comment down below what your score prediction is, and until next time.
Come on, you Spurs!